Welcome everyone. Welcome to Enthusiastic Spiritual Series. Let's welcome Shiv Kumar ji to give us a discourse on Bhagavad Gita based on Swami Ramanand teachings. Welcome Bhaiya, and thank you all for joining us today.
Shri Ram Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Ram Ram and welcome to you all joining this session. We are at second chapter of Srimad Gita, that is transcendental knowledge. So Sankhya Yoga, verse 2.39. Esha te Gita Shante Buddhiryoge Vimam Shranu Buddhya Yukto Yaya Parth Karmabandham Prahasyasi. Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna that Esha te Abhihita Sankhya. Esha, this, te, to you is Abhihita, explained about Sankhya. Sankhya yoga, it is a yoga which is associated with numbers. That is how many indriyas are there, how many of our senses are there, what are the tanmatras are there, so what are the 5 mahabhuts are there. So these all things, and what is Atman. So this all, what are the numbers? So Sankhya, which is associated with within ourselves, about its Sankhya. Khya means knowledge, the complete knowledge of whatever we are consisting of is given in Sankhya. About the same is also said in chapter 7 that Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu Kham Mano Buddhirevcha Ahankari Niyam Vinna Prakriti Rashtada Aparayamitas Kanyam Prakritim Viti Me Param Jivutam Mahabahu Yedam Dharite Jagat. So Bhumi Apo Anal Vayu Kham Man Buddhi Ahankar Vinna Prakriti Ashtada. So these are the 8. Vinna Prakriti Ashtada Aparayam. These are the Apra.
Bhaiya, sorry to disturb you, Bhaiya. There is some sort of disturbance from your side, Bhaiya. Like as a wind is blowing sound we are hearing.
Okay. I will correct it. Just a moment.
Bhaiya. Sure, Bhaiya.
Is it now fine?
Yes, Bhaiya. Yes, Bhaiya. Thank you, Bhaiya.
Now, so Lord Krishna is telling that I have told you about Sankhya Yoga. So I was explaining that Sankhya Yoga means it is associated with complete knowledge. Sam plus Khya. That is the complete Khya means knowledge. Complete knowledge of internal body composition is known as Sankhya Yoga. The same has been told in 7th chapter, like Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayu Kham Mano Buddhirevcha Ahankariti Yame Bhinna Prakriti Ashtada. So there are the 2 different powers of God. One is Apara Prakriti and other is Para Prakriti. Apara Prakriti is associated with Bhumi Apo Anal Vayu Kham. That is earth, that then the wind, air is there, then the fire is there, vayu is there, and kham, that is the sky, the space is there. So chiti jal pavak gagan samira. Bhumi apo ayo. Apo means water. So bhumi apo anal. Anal means fire. Kham, that is the space. So bhumi apo anal vayu kham. So that is Bhumi Apo Anal, Bhumi Rapo Nal, Nalo Vayu Kham, Mano Buddhirevcha, Chiti Jal Pavak Gagan Samira. So Gagan means space and Samira means that is the air which is blowing. So these 5 and Man Buddhi Ahankar. These are the other three by which we are composed of, and these are ephemeral. And the next is Paraprakriti, that is our Atman, that is the soul. So these are the two different natures. So Sri Krishna is telling that I have already told you about these two. One is ephemeral and other is eternal. That is Paraprakriti is eternal, and the Aparaprakriti, which consists of the 8 things, it is the ephemeral. In the similar manner, one is Jad, other is Chetan. So that is Apara is Jad and the Atman, that is Chetan. So that already I have told you. However, Buddhi yoge tuimam shanu. Other kind of yoga is Buddhi yoga, which is controlled by intellect. So that other kind is intellect. That whatever is the condition around us, but we remain balanced due to by using our intellect, which is directly related to heart, and it is the higher next level of consciousness. So by that also you can associate yourself, and this grief and everything that is the deeper expression, anxiety, all will be removed by using buddhi yoga. Buddhi yoga tu imam shunu. So listen, the next one is buddhi yoga. I have already explained you about sankhya yoga, and now listen about buddhi yoga. Buddhya yukto yaya part. After getting associated with buddhi yoga, O Parth, O Pritha Putra, Karma Bandham Prahasyasi. So, what are the tentacles of work that, or the traces of work, you will be released from it? So, literal meaning is this, that, O Parth, this wisdom has been imparted to you from the standpoint of self realization. But listen to this from the standpoint of yoga, endowed with which wisdom you will get rid of bondage of action. So endowed with that you will get rid of bondage of action. So Lord Krishna is telling about that. I have told you about Sankhya Yoga, and there are the 24 different entities which are explained in Sankhya Yoga. That is the Panch Mahabhut, that is earth, water, fire, air, and sky. And the Panch Tanmatra, that is the taste, touch, smell, sound, and sight. So, what due to which what is the stimuli are there, we respond for that. So these are the taste and touch, smell, sound, and sight. Panch karmendriya, like our hands, legs, these are the various karmendriya. So the panch karmendriya, panch jnanendriya, that is our senses, and mind, ahamkar, and the prakriti. So these are the various things which are in a detail explained in Sankhya. So Sri Krishna is telling this is the analytical knowledge and of the immortal soul. Now he says that he is going to reveal the science of working without desire for rewards. So here it was the tradition or trend that in Vedas it is written, if we are doing this, then we are getting that, you are doing this. So for getting money, you should go for this deity. So you should worship this deity for this. So for different kinds of desires, there are the different kinds of mantras, different kinds of vidhi vidhan procedures for worshipping different kinds of deities. So they are deployed by God only. Yo yo yam yam tanum bhakta shraddhayarchitumicchati tasya tasya achalam shatam tamir vidadhamya. So जो जिस प्रकार से मेरी जिस भाव से आराधना करता है, उसको मैं उसी देव के प्रति नियोजित करता हूँ और वैसे वैसे फल देता हूँ. तो whatever is the desire and by whatever is the goal, some one comes to me, so and then worships me as per the procedure, I bestow that person the same whatever he is wanting for or she is wanting for. However, there is one different kind of thing. We can work without desire. That is buddhi yoga. So by intellect also, we can work. That is samdukhe sukhe kartva labha labha. If we are doing work without getting biased to any kind of goal, so that is the next genius level of the spiritual path. So here Lord Krishna is explaining about buddhi yoga. This requires detachment from the fruits of action. Such detachment comes by practicing discrimination with intellect. Hence, it is known as the yoga of intellect. Buddhi yoga is known as the yoga of intellect. The mind is or intellect is superior than mana. So that's why if we are using intellect for our spiritual reading, then it is superior. So he goes on explaining how the intellect plays an important role. So next verse is about this only. नेहाभिक्रम नाशोस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात्. So verse number 2.40. नेहाभिक्रम नाशोस्ति न इह अभिक्रम नाशो अस्ति. So by doing buddhi yoga, by doing the yoga of intellect, whatever is the starting, whatever you start, so it is never getting destroyed. So neha abhikram nasosti, whatever efforts you are throwing towards your work, it is never get destroyed if you are free from desires, if you are not pursuing to any desire and working for only evolution, for your development, then your efforts will never get destroyed. Na eh avikram nasho asti. Pratyavayo na vidyate. Never is the reverse effect of or adverse effect of whatever is the spiritual path. There are some cases at that time, the persons who are doing yoga, so they are just ascending the energy from Mooladhara to Sahasrara. So during that, if they are getting diverted due to some physical world or due to some attachment, due to some attraction, then it has an adverse effect. But in this case, if we are doing yoga with our intellect, that is a kind of also yoga. So by our intellect and by worshipping or by surrendering to the feet of God, that I am working this all for you only, and I have no any goal or any desire. It is only for sake of you. You have restored me all these worldly pleasures, and I am your child. So I am doing this for you. So using your intellect and practicing the same, that these sons and daughters are yours only, and you can look them better, look after them better than myself. So I leave it up to you. However, with full of my efforts, I am working wherever you have deployed me. So whatever position you have given me, so I have no grudge or grievance. I am happy with it, and I will do with my complete effort. And it is only for the sake of you. So such kind of intellect helps us. It is without goal, and in this abhikram naso asti. That means effort is never lost. Na ihi abhikram naso asti. Pratyayo na vidyate. No adverse effect is this. Because in this case, energy flows from Sahasrara to Mooladhara. It is avrohman. It is flowing spontaneously, freely, like water is flowing from higher potential to lower potential freely. So in this way, if energy is flowing in its natural way, then there is no adverse effect, and this is the merit of yoga. Salpam api asya dharmasya. If we are doing little bit of this, no much effort is there, no much knowledge is required, nothing more is required. Bhakti yoga, only we have to surrender ourselves to the feet of God and work for God only. Nothing much more knowledge or knowledge of verses, Vedas, or anything. Like Kabir, Sant Kabir, little much he is knowing about these Vedas. However, was a such kind of matchless saint. So nothing more is it. Swalpam api asya dharmase. If we are doing little in this favor, in buddhi yoga, trayate mahito bhayat. So it saves us from great danger. So that means nothing is going to happen worse. So it is only happening better for us. So buddhi yoga is superior, and for that Lord Krishna is telling after Sankhya Yoga. Literal meaning is this: here there is no waste of an attempt. So, like if a student, wherever he lives, that is when we are leaving this body and having reincarnation. So at that time, the level we are living, the next level we are catching. So there is not that we are every time we are reincarnating, we start from nursery. It is not there. From where the level we have left, from that level we start. So there is no wastage of any attempt, nor is there any harm. Even a little of this righteous path saves from great fear. There are various, in case the Vedas are there, there are various cases while doing this and this practice, this and this worship. You should not do like this, otherwise this will happen, this will happen. So many of the fears are associated with it. We have to do all the karma kand with very precise and accurate manner. And any kind of fluctuation from it may trap us in danger. So such kind of thing is not there in case of Buddhi Yoga when we surrender everything to the feet of God. So that is equanimous mind. It makes us equanimous. We are also not trapped to the desire, and we ultimately, our string is ultimately associated with God, and it keeps us, makes us go nearer and nearer to God. So we cannot be complacent that the human form will remain this. So earlier it was there, we were having many worries whether in the next reincarnation we will get one form or not get. So there were many fears. Is there anything going wrong with the procedure? But such thing is not there in case of Buddhi Yoga. So whatever material assets we accumulate in present life have to be left behind at the time of death. But if we make any spiritual advancement on the path of yoga, God preserve it and gives us to the fruit of next life. So we should not go for material aspects that by doing this we will get in the next birth like this and this. So it is all ephemeral. Whatever we do for God, that is eternal. So we should do it for God. So God keeps in mind. एक बानी रघुनाथ ये की सुरति न राखत चूक किए की. So this is the virtue of God, virtue of Rama, that he is never minding of whatever the mistakes we are doing. Surati na rakhat chuk kiye. So our God is so generous. So we should, why not we should surrender at the feet of such a God. ऐसो को उदार जग माही बिन कारण जो द्रवे दीन पर राम सरिस को नाही. So we should surrender to the feet of God and work for Him only. Verse 2.41. व्यवसायात्मिका बुद्धि एके कुरुनंदन बहुशाखा ह्यनंताश्च बुद्धियो व्यवसायिनां. व्यवसायात्मिका एके बुद्धि एके कुरुनंदना. O Kurunanda, Kurunandan, O scion of Kuru dynasty, O the descendant of Kuru dynasty, who are doing Buddhi Yoga, they are having only one intellect and Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. So that is the resolute mind, the person whose mind is resolved, that is focused to the God. So their intellect is single-minded. It is not going here, there, or where. Bahushakha hi anantasya. But who is irresolute? He who has not surrendered, offered himself to anybody or any lord. So that is Bahushakha. So such kind of tree is many branched. Bahushakha hi anantasya. Buddhayo avyavasainam. So avyavasainam, that is irresolute person who has no control over intellect, who is not using intellect, who is going as per the mana. So as per our whatever mana is taking us, if there we are going, so in that case we are having multi-branched uh, tree, that is an endless branch. So here God is telling about Bahushakha hi anantasya buddhayo avyavasainam. So avyavasainam, so those who are not surrendered to God, they are having Bahushakha Yenantasha Buddhayo Avyavsainam, they are having multi-branch. So what is the literal meaning of it? Osteon of Guru dynasty, there is a single one point conviction in this, that is in Buddhi Yoga. The thoughts of irresolute ones have many branches. Indeed, these are innumerable. So how it is explained? That attachment is a function of mind. So those who are going as per mind, not as per intellect. So its manifestation is that mind repeatedly runs towards the object of attachment. So sometimes it goes for material things, sometimes for money, sometimes it's physical attraction, sometimes for taste. So it has multi-branch. So and after getting attached, we are remembering the same again and again. That means we are attached to it. So that it indicates that mind is attached to it. However, if in the mind, if intellect is, we are governed by intellect, that means we are governed by intellect because intellect is superior than it. Then in that case, we can very well go that no, this is not good for our health, so we should not take this. This much money is necessary, not more than that. So by intellect, we can control our mind. That no, this much is sufficient for us, so we should not pursue it. We should not get attached. Okay, if this is lost, then not much is lost. So the person who is governed by mind only are going at the top level in this world also, uh, who are governed by intellect, and those who are flowing as per their mind. So mind is Bahushakha Hinantasha. It cannot deeply penetrate to any single point. However, intellect is only focused to one side. It is not going as per the attraction of the physical world. Like here it is also said in Geeta that Indriyani Paranyahu Indriyebhya Paramana Manasastu Parabuddhe Yobuddhe Parasastusha. That is Indriyani Parani Ahu. Indriya Ahu means Sharir se Shrestha. Wherever our senses wants to take this body, they may take it. Because if our eyes are seeing beautiful thing, then they can carry our body to that beautiful thing. That means the senses, the eyes, the nose, the ear, taste, or the skin pleasure. So such kind of pleasures may take us wherever the body, they wherever they desire that they take the body. So Indriyani Paraniyahu. That means our senses are superior. That body. Indriyani Paraniyahu Indriyebhya Paramana, and mind is superior than our senses. If our mind is sorrowful, then we cannot take the pleasure of any of the senses. Neither we will like some sweet, neither we will some beautiful scenery, because our mind is depressed. So mind always comes. Mind is happy, then mind takes. If mind is attached, to some senses. Then along with senses, the senses and body, everything is going to that side. If mind desires that at 11 o'clock night I have to take golgappe or ice cream, then our senses will follow it, and in follow up, and later on our body will go in the search of those sweets. Indriyebhya paramana, manasastu parapute, and intellect is superior and fine. Then manasastu, so from mana, from mind, so intellect is superior than mind. And yo buddhe pardasusa, and atman is superior than intellect. So ultimately, atman or soul is superior than intellect. It is said, it is seen many times that doctors and the great singers, they are not eating these tasty things or other things. They know the pros and cons of those, that by eating this will happen, this will happen. So they are not going for it. So intellect is always superior. By our intellect, we can control our attachment. So we can go that for particular limit of thing, anything, and we cannot be mad for any material things. So always Buddhi Yoga tells us that we should not get attached to anything. We should surrender ourselves to God and ultimately equanimous in all the conditions, not be alienated to any of the result. Here Lord Krishna is telling about this, and that mind is a resolute mind. Like when we are at home, so we are lying like this, we are making this posture, that posture, sometimes sitting comfortably. But when we go to office, then our mind is guiding us, because in office that is a kind of now formal office, and we have to make our formal posture. That means we should have to sit erect. It is not that as per women fancy we can eat anything. So there the mind and intellect, there we sit erect. However, there the intellect is governing us. So there we are sitting erect. But however, when we are at home, our mind governs us, our mana governs us. So we are sitting as per women fancy. Sometimes we are lying comfortably. Now then we are turning here, there, and many ways. So bahu shakha yanantash. So जो बुद्धि योग नहीं रखता, उसकी अनंत शाखा वाली गति होती है, और जो बुद्धि योगी है उसकी एक शाखा वाली गति होती है. जैसे कि कोई कार्यालय में बैठा व्यक्ति एक ही प्रकार से बैठा है, और घर में बैठा हुआ व्यक्ति कई प्रकार से बैठा है, क्योंकि वहां मन उसको चलायमान करता है, और कार्यालय में तो बुद्धि का काम होता है, वहां मन नहीं चलता. So it is our intellect which is superior than our mind, and ultimately it is the soul which is superior than intellect. यामिमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्त्य विपश्चितः वेदवाक्तरतः पार्थ नान्यदस्तीति वादिनः. Verse 2.42. यामिमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्त्य विपश्चितः वेदवाक्तरतः पार्थ नान्यदस्तीति वादिनः. So याम इमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्त्य विपश्चिता, pravadant avipashita. So these kinds of vacham, pushpitam vacham, these kinds of flowery words, pravadanti is spoken avipashita, those with limited understanding. Like you do this, you will get fruit of this. Yam imam pushpitam vacham pravadanti avipashita is said for those, if you are doing this, you will get this material thing, you will get Lakshmi, you will get money, monetary benefits. So many of the things are given, pralobhans are given. So such kind of vacham has been said to those. Vedvat rata part, nanya dastiti vadina. So Vedvad rata part. So who are just going for Veda, who are indulged in Veda, Vedvat Ratah Part. So they are going for the material things, they are going for Karma Kand, and continuously they spoil the geniosity of their work. Work is a very good tool by which either we get attached to things or either we can break the tentacles. However, it is our intellect. If our intellect is proper, then we can, by our work only, we embrace the God. We can merge into God. And by this work only, if we are doing with goal, then we can spoil our work and we can make samskar, we can make traces of it, and ultimately trap in the loop of reincarnation. So now our Pramila ji will recite bhajan for. Is it Pramila ji or Urmila ji?
Aruna Pandey ji, Bhaiya.
Oh, so it is Aruna Pandey ji will recite bhajan for us.
राम राम सभी को। श्री राम। मेरा जीवन है तेरे हवाले, मेरा जीवन है तेरे हवाले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले। मेरा जीवन है तेरे हवाले, मेरा जीवन है तेरे हवाले। भव सागरी में जीवन नैया डोल रही है ओ रखवैया, भव सागरी में जीवन नैया डोल रही है ओ रखवैया, अब आकर के तू ही बचा ले, अब आकर के तू ही बचा ले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले। मेरा जीवन है तेरे हवाले, मेरा जीवन है तेरे हवाले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले। मोह माया के बंधन तोड़ो, हे प्रभु अपनी शरण में ले लो, मोह माया के बंधन तोड़ो, हे प्रभु अपनी शरण में ले लो, इस पापी को अपना ले, इस पापी को अपना ले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले। मेरा जीवन है तेरे हवाले, मेरा जीवन है तेरे हवाले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले। ये जीवन है तुझसे पाया, सब अपने कोई ना पराया, ये जीवन है तुझसे पाया, सब अपने कोई ना पराया, अपना ले ये धनुआ वाले, अपना ले ओ धनुआ वाले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले, प्रभु ही से पग पग तू ही संभाले, मेरा जीवन है तेरे हवाले, मेरा जीवन है तेरे हवाले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले, प्रभु इसे पग पग तू ही संभाले। श्री राम।
श्री राम। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। न तो हम कामये राज्यं न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवम्, कामये दुःखतप्तानां प्राणिनामार्तनाशनम्। त्वदिष्टं भवतु गोविन्द, त्वदिष्टं भवतु गोविन्द, न त्वदिष्टं पाहि मां रक्ष मां, तेरी इच्छा को मना, सब तेरी शरण, अपने चरण की भक्ति हो।
राम राम भैया जी।
राम राम मम्मी।
राम राम दीदी।
राम 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 राम
राम राम दीदी।
राम राम
राम राम चरण स्पर्श। राम राम प्रिया।
राम राम आंटी।
राम राम गीता जी।
दीदी आवाज नहीं आ रही, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही, दीदी की आवाज नहीं आ रही।
हाँ
म्यूट है। हाँ
राम
बहुत अच्छा बताया।
खूब शिव कुमार खूब गीता पढ़ा के आनंद में गोते लगवा देते हैं। बहुत बहुत सुंदर, बहुत अच्छा। एक एक चीज ऐसा लगता है कि ये बिल्कुल आज ही सुनी है हमने। बहुत कुछ होने के बावजूद भी बहुत बहुत आशीर्वाद। अरुणा बहन बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। भाव विभोर भजन। राम राम
राम राम राम राम।
चरण स्पर्श। राम राम सबको। राम राम क्या बहन। राम राम
राम
राम
राम।
राम राम राम।
Thank you, Bhaiya, for the
राम
wonderful
दीदी।
discourse. Thank you, Archana aunty. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you. Bye. Ram Ram.